Chicago rapper Lil Durk has hit the purple patch in his career. After claiming the most improved title last year, Lil Durk is also in the running for the biggest rapper in the game this year. Only recently, Billboard reported that Lil Durk has the most Hot 100 entries of 2021 for any artist of any genre. His 35 appearances are 7 more than his close collaborator Lil Baby, who's in second with 28. While it appears his career is on the upward trajectory, happenings behind the scene suggest all is not going well for the rapper. Rapper Lil Durk has endured a torrid year where he has had to deal with the death of his brother, producer, and best friend. Durk grew up in the violent part of Chicago, and despite hitting it big in the music scene, the street life just wouldn't let him be. To understand how all of this has come to be, it's important that we take a look back at the rapper's childhood. Keep watching as we unveil how the violent streets of Chicago influenced Lil Durk. Upbringing. Lil Durk was born on October 19, 1992 to Dante Banks and a nurse in Chicago. He had a brother who was recently murdered, Thang. He was always seen in some of Durk's videos. He had to shoulder responsibility at a very young age as his father was jailed when he was just 7 years old.
Took him down, he got locked up. I started looking like, damn. You know, I'm young, so I'm like, I thought it was right. So he started telling me and started being my own person and being my own man. So I just started rapping.
In an interview to a magazine, Lil Durk recalled that there was not even enough food in their home when he was a kid. He recalls staying out until 4 or 5 a.m. in 5th grade because there was no father figure at home. The violent neighborhood in which he was brought up had a deep impact on Lil Durk.
You know, of the nine, with all the murders and all that shit happening right now. So it's a blessing to come out of Inglewood.
During his teens, he was incarcerated briefly on charges of possessing weapons. His neighborhood was surrounded by a culture of gangs. Even now, the streets aren't safe. When Durk was asked if he was fazed by the violence in Chicago, he replied, "It is especially the kids dying. It's like, man, that could be my baby. It scares me. I gotta do what I gotta do to make it out. I wanna raise my kids somewhere else. Death can happen anywhere, but kids about 4 years old in Chicago can get shot. You don't really hear about that in too many places." Lil Durk had no guidance on his music journey as a child, so he learned on his own by watching music videos on TV. He considered rap as a full-time career after the success of his 2 singles, Sneak Dissin' and I'm a Hitter. He started his first break through social media channels like MySpace and YouTube. He was encouraged when his online fan base started growing rapidly. Durk could focus more on his career after he became a father at a very young age of 17, as he felt more responsible in helping people dependent on him. A decade down the line, and Durk is now widely considered a successful musician, doing numbers in sales and charts. He's collaborated with heavyweights like Drake and Kanye West, and is widely regarded as one of the famous faces of hip-hop in the world. Durk never pictured global stardom, as he once admitted in an interview, "I never thought it would be how it is right now. I ain't expect it. I just expected to be Chicago famous, hood famous. I ain't expect to be outside of Chicago famous. I just wanted all the girls, all the cars. I started going out of town and saw the bigger picture. People booked us at the best hotels. When I went to LA, I was like, man, it never gets cold. I want to be there. I didn't know about New York or that they talk different." The man is living a dream right now. Only that he has lost friends and family on the way up. Lil Durk is living a dangerous life, a life that is threatening to people around him. Friends are becoming wary of being around the rapper, as it seems you're likely to lose your life. The demise of loved ones are usually due to some gang-related activities. Although some of the deaths are not, take for instance, the demise of Grammy Award-winning Turn Me Up Josh, friend and collaborator of Lil Durk. Turn Me Up Josh. Hip-hop producer Turn Me Up Josh died in May this year. Josh was best known for working on Lil Durk's music, while he also engineered Migos' breakout hit, Versace, Megan Thee Stallion's movie, and Nas' song, Till the War Is Won. The musician's death was announced by longtime collaborator and rapper Lil Durk. "RIP Turn Me Up Josh, shaking my head," he tweeted. The rapper also shared a photo of Josh working in the studio and left several crying and praying emojis on his Instagram stories. While details around his death are yet to be released, the producer's death was the first of many since the death of Durk's manager a couple of years ago. Manager's death. Lil Durk experienced the death of an industry friend for the first time when his manager was fatally shot in the Avalon Park neighborhood just hours after a meeting with Chicago Bulls star Joakim Noah to talk about anti-violence initiatives. Uchenna Agena, 24, was shot in the face while sitting in his car in the 8400 block of South Stony Island Avenue. He was hit multiple times and died after being driven to Advocate Trinity Hospital in the Calumet Heights neighborhood, police said. Hours before he was killed, Agena posted on social media a Lil Durk remix of Finito, a song originally produced by another Chicago rapper, Chief Keef. The song mentions 300, signifying the Lamron Black Disciple faction, and O-Block, another Black Disciple faction. Agena was also known as OTF Chino Dollar. Weeks before his death, Agena was with Lil Durk at Noah's downtown condominium getting an overview of Noah's Rock Your Drop anti-violence campaign. Lil Durk posted a video on Twitter supporting the Noah's Rock Your Drop campaign.
Yeah, it's your boy Lil Durk, man. Live from Chicago, man. My city, man. And when you rock your drop, just know your neighborhood's safe, man. Stay with the Stop the Violence movement.
The death was to kickstart a series of murder in Lil Durk's life. His protege King Von was to follow. King Von's death. King Von was a young rapper and songwriter originally from Chicago, Illinois. He signed to Lil Durk's record label, Only the Family, and Empire Distribution. He was active as a rapper from 2018 till his untimely demise in the year 2020. The rapper grew up as childhood friends to Lil Durk and fellow Parkway Gardens resident Chief Keef. King Von was known as grandson. King Von and Lil Durk were allegedly members of the Black Disciples, a group founded by David Barksdale. When King Von was in jail, many people who knew David said that he reminded them of the gang leader. His way of handling himself in the streets, as well as his general demeanor, reminded these people of the gang leader, hence he got the nickname Grandson. Moreover, at the young age of 16, King Von went to jail for the first time. This was the beginning of a long course of legal troubles for the young rapper.
They locked me up for a robbery, armed robbery and a car check. They said I robbed somebody to their car. Right, they dropped the charge. They dropped most of them and gave me, let me go for boot camp. I was too young to even know what the was going on.
In the year 2014, King Von was accused of a shooting that killed one and wounded another. After proving his innocence, King Von took up rapping. He collaborated with Durk on singles. Lil Durk then eventually signed King Von to his OTF, Only the Family Entertainment, afterwards. Lil Durk revealed in an interview with King Von on The Breakfast Club that he convinced King Von to become a rapper so that the young rapper could steer away from more trouble.
He got out of jail for, and a lot of people was like, he going back, you know what I'm saying? And he see like us, what we doing is music, and I had a studio in my house. He just tried it, and when he dropped the song, like the reaction was just like, he next.
Interestingly, in June 2019, King Von and Durk, who claimed to be steering him away from trouble, got arrested in connection with the shooting in Atlanta. The prosecutors claimed that the rappers duo robbed and shot a man outside a popular Atlanta drive-in on February 5th, 2019.
Criminal case against rapper Lil Durk in Fulton County Court. They say around 5 in the morning on February 5th, Lil Durk, whose real name is Dirk Derek Banks, and his co-defendant Devontae Bennett were seen on camera involved in shooting Alexander Witherspoon, a person police say they knew.
They came out of that one alive. 2 years later, they got caught in another shootout outside a club in Atlanta that only saw one of the duo survive. King Von was killed in the shooting on November 6th. The shooting happened after the 26-year-old's album release party for Welcome to O Block, a nod to the area around 64th Street and Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Drive on the south side where he was raised. In the early morning hours that Friday, an argument between two groups of men escalated to gunfire outside the Monaco Hookah Lounge. King Von, whose real name is Davon Bennett, was taken to an area hospital where he passed away. Durk silently grieved his friend until he took to social media. The Laugh Now, Cry Later hitmaker took to Instagram to react to the news of his friend's untimely passing. "My twin gone. I love you, baby bro. D-Roy," he wrote alongside a photo of the late rapper. Unknown to Durk, he was going to lose someone even closer to him, his brother, D-Thang. D-Thang's death. King Von's death kicked off a set of murder in the Chicago rap scene. D-Thang was the next in line. He wasn't just another rapper. He was Lil Durk's older brother. Lil Durk's older brother, OTF D-Thang, was known as one of the top upcoming rappers in Chicago. D-Thang reportedly was shot and killed outside of a Chicago nightclub in a shooting that also wounded a police officer, as reported by TMZ. The 32-year-old rapper did not see as much commercial success as his brother, but he had a strong passion for his art and his fans loved his music. The late rapper has over 11,800 listeners on Spotify. His Instagram account also boasts over 160,000. On Tuesday, June 22nd of this year, the Backdoor rapper publicly commented on his brother's passing for the first time. He wrote, "D-Thang, little brother," alongside a photo of them both on Instagram. D-Thang wasn't the first in the family. Durk's cousin was previously murdered in a similar gangster way. That was about 7 years ago. Cousin's death. MacArthur Swindle, a rapper who performed as OTF Nunu, was the cousin of Lil Durk. Swindle was seated in an SUV in a parking lot in the 700 block of East 87th Street when someone approached him on foot and fired shots. Swindle then crashed the SUV into a nearby storefront window. He was pronounced dead at the scene. OTF Nunu was scheduled to release a mixtape called Newski Got the Strap this summer. Durk, as usual, was silent on social media following the shooting, but tweeted a link to OC, a video featuring him and OTF Nunu hours before the shooting. Nunu was shot in what believed to be gang-related activity less than 20 miles away from where D-Thang was killed. The death of his brother and friend has greatly affected Durk as he has expressed his grief on social media in a series of tweets. Lil Durk says he's done rapping about dead rappers after his brother Thang and pal King Von were shot dead. "I'm not mentioning the dead in my songs no more or performing songs with their names in it," the 29-year-old tweeted, signing off his big smirk. The vow of silence comes after the Chicago-born rapper, whose real name is Durk Banks, openly tweeted about mourning the loss of those he loved. "Why every time somebody die, they love you, but when you hear, they don't care. Love me now, not later," he tweeted with a teary-eye emoji at the end. "Von left us, Thang left us, and I was lost," the rapper expressed in another post.